Alright class, it's time for lunch and recess, so everyone can go to the cafeteria and then have some recess. Everyone that is except for Dora and Little Bill. Dora and Little Bill, I need to speak with both of you about your behavior this past Friday. Everyone else may now be dismissed.
Mr. Dallas, how come everyone else went out for lunch and recess, and we are the only ones staying behind?
Because I need to speak to you two about your behavior this past Friday. Now let's go outside the hallway and talk about your behavior this past Friday.
Okay, Mr. Dallas, now that we are in the hallway, what did we do this past Friday that made you have this talk with me and Little Bill?
Dora, the reason why we are out here, it's because you and Little Bill punched Kalu 700,000 times this past Friday at recess. And I got a report from Mr. Stevenson and he saw two students that look just like you guys who physically punched Kalu 700,000 times. So after we have this discussion out here, we will go straight to the principal's office and you will tell the principal about what you did this past Friday. So answer me when I ask you a question like this. Why did you punch Kalu 700,000 times this past Friday?
It's because he wouldn't shut up about his hatred towards Barney and Elmo, one of our favorite TV show characters.
That's no reason to punch someone. Just because Kalu was stating his opinion about Elmo and Barney does not mean you should physically punch him 700,000 times. You two could have ignored him or stepped away from Kalu, but no, you had to physically punch him 700,000 times, and he was too frightened to come to school today. The reason why he was scared to come to school today, it's because you physically punched him 700,000 times, and now he's in his bed resting and has over 100 million bruises. Punching someone physically is something we do not tolerate at this school. You both need to treat everyone with respect. Even if they upset you, you still need to be respectful.
Okay, fine, we promise not to do it again.
I'm glad to hear that, and your homework tonight is that you have to write Kalu an apology letter by tomorrow. We'll now transport to the principal's office, and we will discuss this from there. Dora and Little Bill, I'm super furious at you guys right now.
Sit down right now. Dora and Little Bill, your behavior this past Friday was just brought to my attention. As Mr. Dallas discussed with you two earlier, we do not punch students just because they are stating their own opinion. And if you ask me, you two are acting like big bullies to Caillou. When Caillou talks about how much he hates Elmo and Barney, does not mean you should physically punch him. You two could have ignored him or stepped away from Caillou. But no, you just had to punch Caillou 700,000 times, didn't you? And I heard from Caillou's mother that Caillou is too scared to go to school just to avoid both of you. Dora and Little Bill, you two have crossed the line. You guys are the worst students any teacher can have. You guys have also broke every single rule at this school. As for your consequence, I will be having a meeting with your parents and Mr. Dallas about your behavior this past Friday, which was extremely unacceptable.
No. Please don't call our parents for a meeting, we're so sorry.
Apology unforgivable. I am calling your parents to this school so we can talk about your behavior. Mr. and Mrs. Marquez, you will be super furious when I tell you this. Your daughter physically punched Caillou 700,000 times this past Friday. She will be severely punished, so will you please come to this school so we can talk about Dora's behavior? Oh, you are on your way, okay, see you guys in a bit. Mr. and Mrs. Glover, you will be super furious when I tell you this. Your son Little Bill physically punched Caillou 700,000 times this past Friday. Little Bill is being severely punished, so will you guys please come to this school so we can talk about your son's behavior? Oh, you are on your way, okay, see you guys in a bit. Your parents are on their way over to this school now. Dora and Little Bill, you both are so freaking busted. Now that we are all aware of this situation, I have brought you all here to this meeting. It's because we need to discuss Dora and Little Bill's behavior this past Friday. Dora and Little Bill's behavior this past Friday was extremely cruel and unacceptable, and now we will discuss consequences. Here we go. Dora and Little Bill, your consequences include a regular Wednesday and Friday talk with the counselor, detention for the rest of the school year, and a 3-week suspension. Dora and Little Bill, words cannot describe how furious we are at you troublemakers right now. As you all know, Dora and Little Bill physically punched another student 700,000 times this past Friday, And me and Mr. Dallas already gave those two troublemakers a consequence. And the consequence was that Dora and Little Bill wrote an apology note to the student who they punched 700,000 times, which has to be due tomorrow. To the parents and grandparents of Dora and Little Bill, you should learn how to control your kids. If Billy or Clementine do something bad, their consequence will be that I would take away Billy's drum set and comic books, and I would take away Clementine's stuffed animals. Dora and Little Bill, both of you are so expelled for the rest of the school year. Get out of this building right now.
Oh my freaking god, Dora, how dare you physically punch Caitlin in the face 700,000 times this past Friday? You are so grounded for eternity and beyond. Get your butt to your room now.
Wah.